And now back to your regular programming.
If you speak better to yourself.
You showed up for probably the dumbest conversation we've ever had on this show.
Let's have that smile again.
Tell me how that happens. Physically should not happen.
Relax.
If you say
Give me as well.
3 times a day, God will line it up.
He's just an absolute hack, and he gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just terrible.
Welcome back to Hack City. Joe DeLeone, Sean Anderson for our wonderful college football week 3 betting preview, our NFL week 2 betting preview. I am with a coward. I am with an enemy. I am doing a show with a man that has no integrity. I'm referring to the fact that Mr. Sean Anderson, no, there is no third person doing this show in case you had to go check.
I didn't know you had a surprise guest popping in here.
I'm referring to the fact that you just dropped on me 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the show started, that you went to a restaurant last night with the girl you're seeing that you and I swore to not go back to after they did something completely egregious and wrong to us. And what I'm specifically stating and referring to, we went to a sushi spot that we really liked near our apartment, but these assholes added a tip to a bill that we left cash on the counter for after we also got bad service for. So they charged us a bunch of money and gave themselves a tip for no reason.
That's right.
And you went back.
They charged you a bunch of money.
Well, you paid for the tip.
Look, here's what I could tell you. Food's still good. And
I don't want to know that.
The service is better. If you're with a woman, the service is better. I don't think they had any care about serving us two goons at the window table. I forgot the pact of never going back there again.
At least you admit that.
I forgot that there was actually a tangible pact, but the conversation I was having at the table with the girl, I was telling her, yeah, this place is mean. And these waitresses, hostesses,
they don't give a shit.
Cooks, they don't give a shit. And this is a rare circumstance that they are. Like I was pointing it out. Well, and I was being mean. I was kind of I'm a good restaurant guest. I was being a little snippy last night to these people.
I had no issue with the service because when you go to a sushi restaurant, you go to a Japanese restaurant or a Chinese restaurant, I'd actually argue the worse the service is, usually the better the place is.
Yeah.
When you get like really slow service and you're not getting any attention given to you, it usually means the food's really good. A lot of times, I don't know what it is about Japanese and Chinese places, but it seems like they try to make up for the food maybe not being as good by being nicer. I can't explain it. I wasn't bothered by that aspect of things. I am bothered by the fact that they added money to a bill that we left the tip on the table for.
Yeah.
And that was what was freaking insane, is that there was no indication that they could add to a credit card tip and you put money on the table. That to me is enough that we shouldn't go back. Can you at least agree that you're not going to go back there anymore after this one instance?
It was special circumstances to have to meet at somewhere close. And honestly, within the 10-minute walking radius of where we're at, best restaurant that we got. Because it is. I'm trying to think. I was racking my brain if there's anywhere closer that was better, and I couldn't come up with one.
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's that one bar that's over by the
Acoustic Billy's.
No, not that bar. The one, the David Bowie building. There's that one bar restaurant that there's never anyone in there. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not over there. I don't go over there.
It's the same walking distance.
I'm not walking that scary ass walk.
Plus, I do it every day.
I'm not scared of the walk, Joe. The girl is scared of the walk, or would be scared.
Bad area.
I'm not saying it is, but you got to walk under the train tracks.
Oh!
I understand.
Is she
afraid of trains? She thought the light rail walk was scary. The opposite side of the street. Yeah. She thought that was scary.
She lives in Secaucus. Go
ahead, out all the business.
Okay.
Go ahead. You get it all out there for me. Okay, you know what? Go ahead. You got any more descriptors you want to add on for the folks at home?
Well, her name is. All right. Well, we're here to talk about bets. We're not here for me to dox more people on this show. We should have a segment where I just dox people.
Sure.
And then
DeLeone doxing minute. Go ahead. Just a minute.
Just start naming people's personal details just as fast as I can. Today's episode is presented to you by FanDuel. We're placing all of our bets on FanDuel. FanDuel's been good to me, man. FanDuel's been good to me because your boy is 4-2 in college football.
Yeah.
He is 4-2.
It's pretty good, man.
What's your record? I'll actually let you share your record. What is it?
You know what? I got a measly 0-6 through the first 2 weeks.
Wait, one more time?
The very embarrassing 0-6. So it's the big donut. 6 losses for official picks given out on the show by myself, and I'm taking accountability for it. I will. Personal life, giving out these picks, getting destroyed, getting crushed. People hate me. People don't like me right now when I give out college football bets. You know what happens? They start fading in silence. They show me the winning slip, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the audience and the listener that can make money off of my unbeatable cold streak through the first 2 weeks. Honestly, I'm putting my all of it into these picks. I don't expect to win one. I can't expect to win one.
That's a whole lot of excuse making that you're making here. Sean's stinking it up. I urge everybody caution. Actually, not caution. Fade this man. Fade this man.
Screw you. I saved your Baylor bet last week, by the way. I saved that for you.
You're cold as all hell. What do you mean you saved
I
that?
saved
it was the one
They
bet
were
that
down.
You hit.
I live sniped it. And guess what? They ended up turning up for you late in the fourth.
Your live snipe almost cost me because you decided to steal my bet. Well, I'm feeling pretty good, though, because you're actually fading me on one of my picks, and you decided to just change my pick because the line moved.
I'm telling you the updated line.
Okay. Georgia, the first one I'm going to take. Georgia, -3.5 against Tennessee. Sean, for me, biggest part with this, I think there's a lot of overanalysis about Gunnar Stockton not being aggressive. And I think that we got to look back to what this dude did when he stepped in for Carson Beck and when he played in the Sugar Bowl. He was really aggressive. Now all of a sudden we think that he's timid and afraid because he's not throwing past the sticks. Maybe Mike Bobo doesn't want to show everything before the big week 3 matchup against Tennessee on the road against Austin P.M. Marshall. I think that this offense is going to be completely different. Most importantly, on the other side of this, you got Joey Aguilar. He's a great player. He's done some awesome stuff. He's 5-0 touchdown interception ratio, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude is a risk taker and one at App State that has taken a lot of bad risks that led to turnovers. He's very turnover prone. Well, he hasn't thrown a pick this year. This isn't the secondary that he is going to go perfect against. And if he does, put him in the Heisman conversation. I'm so serious. If he goes out there, throws for 250, no picks, has a score or two, put him in the Heisman convo because this is a really, really good defense. Give me the Bulldogs -3.5.
Road dogs, and the only issue I have is using Mike Bobo as a possible hidden genius that's stashing away goodness. I don't believe he's capable of that.
Don't hit him, Bobo.
But I will be at this game. From what I'm being told, I will be at the area around this game.
Yeah, you'll be there before the game, and then you are being asked to
I
leave.
will be around the festivities surrounding the game. It should be interesting. What I am told is it is literally the biggest day in the state of Tennessee all year is this game. So if that's what all these Tennessee sources are giving me, I have to assume that they're going to show up a little bit. Just a little bit against the Dogs, but it's fine. Georgia's probably a better team. My first pick, LSU given 7.5 to Florida.
Blake, I'm sorry, man.
Who?
Blake, I'm sorry, man. Blake, I'm just pray for
no,
Blake.
no.
Pray for Blake. Pray for Blake. Lord, please pray for Blake Ruffino. Please, Lord, our friend Blake Ruffino. Our boy, the bad omen, is over here.
He kiss of death.
You are just want to hurt people. You picked the Notre Dame in week 1. You're picking LSU. Why you just want to hurt? You just want to hurt him.
I don't want to hurt Blake. I don't want to hurt the LSU faithful. I have actually been pleasantly surprised by Nussie manning the helm at quarterback.
Wait, can you please do the same thing that you tweeted for Notre Dame? Before the
supreme
game.
confidence.
Yeah, I gotta do that. So then Blake has a stroke.
I gotta let the supreme confidence build to let people know. But look, Florida just embarrassed themselves, showed their entire ass to the nation, losing to USF last week. And you say, oh well, don't they want to get right? Not at Florida, not there. I've been waiting for the get right. Many SEC faithful have been waiting for the get right. They're not getting right. And this has to be the final straw. There's no bounce back. There's no bounce back for Florida. LSU is a better team. They got a crazy-ass head coach that is just stern and stiff, complete opposite of Billy Napier. Complete opposite. So I'm going LSU. I think it's a simple, easy bet. Good team, bad team. LSU being good.
This was for Ruffino and Joe, we picked the specific games. I went with LSU because of some of the reasons that you put out there. Like I think that it's going to be too hard on the road for them to win. But I wouldn't put money on this game. I mean, either side, there's an argument to be made. I think that the argument to be made for the Billy Napier Florida side is, why would I bet against the guy who's about to get fired? Why would I bet against the guy whose job was on the line?
Because
last year
he already did this last year.
But that's my point.
And he didn't get better this year. How many times can you keep taking that haymaker to the jaw?
But we have evidence of the guy rallying his team when they're backed into a corner. Why would I bet against that guy?
You keep running your mouth. I don't love one of my bets. There's a tasty 6.5 point line against Texas A&M that I may slot in here. You keep on running your mouth.
You're just trying to hurt people. You are a bad friend.
Keep running your
bad
mouth over
person.
There.
You should be trying to build up as much good karma as possible. That you're 0-6.
I know.
The betting
thanks
gods
for the reminder.
do not like you.
Thanks for the reminder.
Betting gods don't like you. You should be trying to build up some good karma.
God awful. I'm trying to bet.
You should
build good karma with a good team versus a bad team. I'm keeping it simple.
All right, so I'm going to give this pick, and then you're going to give your counter pick because you're faded.
Works.
Well, I'm fading you, which thank you God for this happening. Dude, I love this line. Minnesota -2.5, allegedly.
Per FanDuel, thank you.
Allegedly, per FanDuel. -2.5. I love Minnesota at night, on the road, going to Cal. I think that this Cal team, JKS is what I'm the nickname I've decided to give for the very talented quarterback. I don't know if
I didn't want to take a crack. I didn't want to. I appreciate the abbreviation.
It pains me as someone who has who has a name that should be easy to pronounce. It bothers me when people mispronounce my name. So I understand, and I don't want to air him out, but he's so freaking good, and I think we should start calling him JKS because he's got a long name. It just happens. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah became JOK, and it's one of the coolest names in the NFL and was in college football. But for JKS, dude's a baller. Dude's really freaking good. It was one of those games where you see all the clips that people are posting, and you just say, holy shit. This is a freshman. This guy's playing like he's a 4-year NFL vet. He's slinging it. He's being aggressive. He's attacking. But he's all they got, man. I mean, that team's bad. That team's bad. That team is. Why do you think, and we kind of touched on this, you've got all these teams with first-time quarterbacks, and they are tightening the leash, and they're just like, please don't screw up. Please don't screw up. Why do you think that he was the only one who didn't have the tightened leash? Because he's good. But because they got nothing to lose. Because if he had a tight leash, they would be F.
And that makes it a perfect bet.
Okay.
They got nothing to lose.
The last part with this and the actual driving force, I think Drake Lindsay is a really freaking good quarterback that needs more love. His, was one of his turnovers that he has this year comes off of, or I think it might actually be his only turnover, comes off of a foot of a defender. So it's not out of his control. They also have a really good offensive line. Big Greg Johnson fan who's their center. And I also think Corey Parrish and Anthony Smith, solid defenders, they have the edge along the lines of scrimmage. And that, to me, has been a driving force for a lot of my success is picking the teams with the edge on the lines of scrimmage. It's football. Football. Simple concepts.
Simple concepts are great. I like the simple concept, good quarterback, make me want to bet on good quarterback. And that's the simple concept. Watching the film, I was blown away. I was stunned. I like how this kid, JKS, slings it, right? JKS slings this thing down the sideline, downfield. Love it. Fell in love with this guy just last week. Fell in love with him. So I take that, I internalize it, and I wait. And I see they're playing Minnesota, a middle-of-the-road team. There's no reason to say they're the worst team in the Big Ten. There's no reason to say that they're in the top. They are middle of the pack there. trying to make a name for themselves, can't do it. Can't dig out of their hole that they keep on going somehow deeper into. So I'm not that confident that they're going to go up and not shock the world, but be able to stop this new dynamic quarterback. Also, why is the line so small? If Cal's so bad, why is the line so tight? I love that line. That's a tasty little line.
Wait. Oh, this is the don't ask this question, brother. We've dove into this. I was saying this earlier on the shoot that I was doing. We're talking with the group of guys that were talking about college football betting, and I was saying we all agree with this. The books in the first 3 weeks of the year are really bad at setting lines unless it's the big games. I hate the argument and the conversation point when that people use of what do the books know that we don't know? They get it wrong all the time.
Agreed. Well, they were sharp in NFL week 1. A lot of half point leans that I was looking at.
Maybe for you. This is your worst nightmare, man. I'm cooking in both.
Damn it.
You're fucked.
That line. That was actually, I've been angry on this show. I was angry last year. That line that you just slipped in is really, that hit a nerve. I am incensed.
A confident Joe DeLeone is the worst thing that can be shown up on this show.
He's the worst person on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
He's the worst guy you'll ever meet. I'm waiting for, I like week 8 Joe DeLeone, where we regress down to that, now you're, and I get to hear, you're fucking me. That's what I like hearing. I like, you piece of shit. That's what I like hearing, that the utterances. Not, I got another one right. Hate that. Can't stand you.
All right, you have any other thoughts on this pick?
No, I'm just excited to see the young kid sling it, and I think that he is going to shock Minnesota and continue that nice trend. Don't get cute. Don't read the clippings. Just sling that thing. Love it.
Last one that I like, Ole Miss -7.5. I think that after last week, Lane Kiffin got his white-knuckled game out where he's just clenching it too much. And I know that I'm going to go 2-1 again. This is going to be my one bet that doesn't hit. Just Ole Miss just effing me over and over again. Just screwing me. Kiffin just screwing me.
He put the screws to be bad.
I think that for this matchup, and we saw the ass whooping from last year, Kiffin has had relentlessness when going up against Arkansas. I think that because the line was so big last week and then them underperforming last week and not covering allowed for this line to be a lot tighter. So I'm taking advantage of the opportunity for them to win by 10 or so points, somewhere in that range. I don't know what the deal totally is with Simmons and oh my God, what's the backup quarterback's name? It's an awesome name. It's Chambliss, the Ferris State kid.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh my God, he's got a sick name if you could look it up. Yep. It's Chambliss is the last name. I don't know what the situation is there. I think Simmons is supposed to start and he's going to be fine, but it's something to monitor.
Trinidad Chambliss.
Right. The sickest name in college football. That dude needs an award. They just got to get that should be the name of the year award. Trinidad Chambliss name of the year award.
I like it. I don't know. Ole Miss scares me. They just always scare me.
It does too, but there's not a lot of bets that I love this week, and this is one of the few ones that I kind of like.
Just a funky ass team. My final college bet.
Before to cut you off already, I realized I already faded you on this one too. It's one of my bets that I have.
Nice. Awesome. What kind of thing is that to say to a person before they? Okay,
stop giving out bad bets. Stop opposing me.
I'm not opposing. Oh, that is so arrogant.
Me.
That is such an arrogant statement to make. To think that you're one that needs to be opposed. My final pick: Tulane given 1.5 versus the lowly Duke Blue Devils. The overhyped offseason Duke Blue Devils. Waiting to see what happens in Duke. No, they stink. They've been slow and soft this year. Tulane has been entering the relevancy chat for college football for years, and they're starting to really roll. I like this Tulane team. It's a feel-good bet. It's a quality bet. Duke is soft and sorry. Tulane stays hungry. They stay hungry, and that is what they're going to beat Duke. This 1.5 doesn't scare me one bit. I like Jake Retzlaff. I think he gives them a dynamic option at quarterback, passing, and running the rock. Duke is going to be in hell.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. I like Duke in this one. And this is another circumstance where team lets down, plays poorly, and now the lines that are put out by the books reflect the fact that people don't think that this Duke team's very good. You know, this Duke team has really freaking good defense that Tulane offensive line can't keep up with. They've got some really good safeties. They've got so many more athletes. So many more. I like Tulane, dude. I like Coach Summerall. I like him. But we got to recognize here that there's a talent gap between Darian Mensah, the former Tulane quarterback, and Retzlaff. We're going to see a little bit more of an awakening from this Duke squad. Last thing that I would ever want to do is go up against a team that underperformed the prior week that has potential.
I got all the film. Tulane has all the film on Mensah that they need. And what has he done to wow me this year and say, oh, this guy I don't want to mess with. This is a guy that could mess up my line. Haven't seen that.
It's too close of a spread, brother, man.
I just need him by 2. I don't need Tulane winning by 7.
For Duke to lose to a G5 team, top 5 G5 team, but to lose to a G5 team, they would need to be a Northwestern level bad. They are not. This is a good team. It's got NFL athletes all over that defense. Manny Diaz is a good coach. This is not one of those games that I would toy with. Let's get to our NFL Week 2. Before we do that, though, I want to remind everybody that our show is presented by Delete Me. If you're like Sean and I, and you want to be as careful as possible on the internet because of, we're very public forward-facing people. So a lot more reasons for people to try and hack into our social accounts so they can, scam us out of getting them back or whatever. We got to be smart, which is why we use Delete Me. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment. But now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. The New York Times Wirecutter has named Delete Me their top pick for data removal services. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now at a special discount for our listeners. Today, get 20% off your Delete Me plan by texting PRO to 64000. The only way to get 20% off is to text PRO to 64000. That's PRO to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. All right, NFL Week 2. Joe goes 2-1. I won't do the same song and dance as earlier.
I'm sure you won't.
Sean goes 1-2. Womp womp. I'm going to give my first bet. I am going to take Broncos minus 2.5. I know they didn't look great in week 1 against the Titans. I need a come to Jesus moment here for Daniel Jones. I really think that this is going to be a baptism for Daniel Jones. A reminder here that he is not some redeemable Sam Darnold player. He's not having a bounce back. He played against an ass Dolphins team, which that is related to my second pick. That defense is going to have Daniel Jones in hell. You kidding me? Going up against that secondary, that defensive line? Are you kidding me?
How do you baptize a juggernaut? I don't know how you do that.
See, you are trying to anger me, but it won't work, Mr. 1 and 2. What's your first pick? I love it when you do these big spreads.
I love doing this big spread also. Broncos are going to beat the shit out of the Colts. Their defense is going to, jokes aside, Daniel Jones is going to be calamitous in week 2, and everyone's going to remember.
Yeah, this is going to be.
I love this. I also love the narrative, seeing that Daniel Jones smiling in the locker room, and people are trying to say, oh, Daniel Jones looks to be warming up in Indy. Don't quit on him yet. It's been one game against the worst defense in the league. I'm sure Broncos are going to suffocate him. My first pick, Ravens giving 11.5 versus the Cleveland Browns. They just went to the Baltimore Ravens just went toe-to-toe in the most exciting game in the NFL season against the only other potent offense potent enough to do that duel. 40-40 against those two alpha teams between them and Buffalo. Cleveland can't do that. They cannot put up more than 10 points against both of those teams. The Ravens, people are, oh, I'm not worried about the defense. I'm worried about the defense. You shouldn't be. They played Josh Allen in a miracle game at the beginning of the season. Way different situation than the Ravens defense going against Joe Flacco and the shit butt Browns. All right. The Browns are going to get crushed this game. The Ravens may not even have to throw the ball. They could run it with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, and do jet sweeps to Zay Flowers all game. I bet they still cover. They don't need to put the ball in the air to beat the Browns by 12.
See, this is my only problem with this. I mean, it's a plausible line's huge. I think that you're foregoing how good this Browns defense is.
They're going to get carved.
They brought and dragged down. I know the Bengals start slow often. They dragged the Bengals down to their level. And I think that's going to be the Browns this whole year. They're not going to have a lot of wins. Don't get me wrong. They are going to sink so many offenses that are not supposed to be sunk. I just, that's a huge.
The Ravens have a good offensive line, though. The only threat from the Browns is the D line. I know they have good players in the back.
Schlesinger looked freaking good.
I am not worried about the Browns' back seven. I'm worried about Myles Garrett.
You're gonna regret this one.
I'm worried about Myles Garrett. He popped Joe Burrow pretty well. You know who's harder to pop in the pocket? Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's tough to pop in the pocket with a clean hit and phase him.
I think you're underestimating the Browns. I think that last week was enough evidence that I'm not touching a game that the Browns are playing yet. I'm just not.
I am touching that game like it's Play-Doh. Like I'm touching that game like it's a wall full of push pins that I just want to put my fingers all over this game.
I got one response to my desperate attempt to make plans tonight after a canceled date. The answer was no.
Damon home. No.
Jesus. I had a date cancel on me, and then I started spamming. Not spamming. I sent off like 5 messages to 5 different girls on Hinge. I was like, "You free tonight? You free tonight? You free tonight?" I'm not going down without a fight, but I am sadly going down without a fight.
We'll watch the game together. You can help me test mics and stuff. It'll be fun.
I'm going to go for my second pick. Patriots plus 1.5 against the Dolphins. I sprinted to the dock to make sure that I got this one. Are you kidding me?
Not worried about this.
You kidding me? You're not worried about
I'll explain in a moment.
Okay, so we have that Patriots-Raiders game, which was unexciting. It wasn't a very exciting game. I still think that there is a world where they catch fire, but most importantly, Dolphins are terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a bottom 3 team in the NFL. And it's the easiest strategy to me. If I have a 1-score spread or even a spread where they're favored, I'm going to take the opposition to cover.
I understand it. I am optimistic. I'm probably actually overly optimistic for the Patriots this year. I have been. The game 1 made that all look like, it's aging like cheese.
It's going up a stat.
It's going poorly. I'm not pulling up a stat.
Guys.
I'm trying to pull up a.
Is this one of the ones that helped you go 1-2 last week?
No, I was doing a weather check for Miami because.
Oh, okay.
Miami, the only time that they will have.
It was hot. It was hot as balls when I was there 2 weeks ago. I can actually kind of agree with this.
The only time that Miami will ever put up a fight in a game, and it's not because of on-field competency. It's because teams up north go and fly down and play in hot-ass Miami Stadium, Hard Rock Stadium, and they can't handle it. They get sat in the sun. They go from grapes to raisins. They wither in that sun, in that hot Miami heat. They start cramping up, and then Miami, who's been practicing in it, even if they're practicing poorly, they've been conditioned for it. I don't love a mediocre team going against the Dolphins at home.
My only counter. Would you not say that if there was one of 3 coaches in the NFL,
you're not wrong? Yeah,
Mike Vrabel isn't.
Okay,
but he doesn't have he probably has a big magnifying glass that's on his team during practice the whole week. You think he's not shooting his team with lasers or some shit to warm them up?
Oh, that'd be innovative. You know what? The Vrabel stamp is just. It's starting to feel like we could tack that onto anything because he's a great coach and be like, all right, here's the rationale. It's fine now.
Yeah, but it's very direct of you saying that it requires a lot of mental toughness to go through that heat. And I'm gonna pick a Vrabel team to have the mental toughness. What's your second pick?
My second pick, the Bills given 6.5 versus the New York Jets.
Picking against all these teams that had really shockingly good week ones. Why?
I'm picking the two teams that looked like absolute Super Bowl champions this year. The Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Those are teams I can bet on to win by a score or more against the historic lowly Jets. The Jets had a great week one. They performed well against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They exceeded expectations, and Justin Fields looked dynamic. He looked like the best version of Justin Fields that we've seen in the NFL. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one iota. The Bills are a phenomenal team. They are so much better than the Jets. They are so much better than the Jets. They cannot be touched by the Jets. They will sweep the Jets this year. They will likely sweep the Jets this year with a winning margin of plus 20 in the games. That's a fair assumption. This is a 7-point line. I'm not, and I would have taken it, honestly, if it was 13.5. I still would have, because I saw that performance, how that team operated in week one. And you know what that made me say? That's how a team should operate in week one. What the hell am I watching on my screen with my team? You see the stark difference between capability and ability. And the Bills are capable, so they get 7 on this one easy. It's the Jets, man. There's not much pushback here.
Dude, I just worry that the Bills are coming in. For what they did, they still have a lot of problems. The way that they were down, they were in a huge hole.
I know.
I think
but they have the one guy that kind of right now usurps all the problems that you would see on the field.
So I would say that no matter how bad they play, Josh Allen will always dig them out of it. So them winning is not the conversation. It's them covering the spread. I just feel like the Jets showed a lot of fight.
They did.
My overall philosophy when it comes to football betting, I don't like betting spreads that are like hovering around. As soon as it starts to get to 6.5, I have to have like a really good argument for it, because there's too much variance that comes with a spread that large.
They're scary.
Football
scary.
No, there's nothing scary about it. We're doing simple math here. The ability to backdoor cover on a 6.5 point spread is very easy.
Do you think the Jets are going to be hanging around this game in the fourth quarter? Do you think they're going to be lingering?
I think
they'll be down, and I think they'll be down by the third.
I was shocked by what they did in week one. This is one of those teams where I don't want to touch the Jets in any bets, because I don't know if there's something there or not. This is a wait and see team for me. I'm touching the teams that are shit. I'm touching all the doo-doo. I'm touching all the
Here's the trend in football late in the fourth quarter that is so nice for the favorites or the winning team, and so aggravating for the team that's down. Everyone's taking their sweet time in the fourth quarter, milking clock. If you're winning, you could see 7-minute drives in the fourth quarter. Completely deplete backdoor cover opportunities. If you need a backdoor cover, your team's down by 2 scores in the fourth, it's going to take a miracle. If you're winning, then you can just churn and churn. And there's nobody on that Jets defense. The 11 players in the Jets defense can't stop the Buffalo Bills from churning down 70 yards down the field, taking up 7 to 8 minutes of drive in the fourth quarter and in the second half, most likely. It'll probably be put away by halftime.
Brother, I find it so hard to pay attention with Ron in the chat.
Is Ron going off?
He is. Some of the things that he says are just. I always love when he has a typo and then he's like done it 4 times today. He says typo and then he points out what the typo is. My last pick that I'm going to go with here: Rams -5.5 against the Titans. I love Cam Ward, and I think that this year is going to be a whole lot of, whoa, look at that Cam Ward throw. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, look at that Cam Ward. Oh, no, his guy didn't catch it. Oh, he fumbled after Cam Ward completely dotted up this defense. They don't have a defense either.
Yeah.
The 5.5 point spread for a Rams team that I know it's probably going to be a little slow to get going. They had fine first game. I think that this is an easy. This is your G5 opponent of the year.
Titans are chippy. They were chippy last week against Denver, but Denver is going to get better as the season goes on. So will the Rams. The Rams defense played really well last week. Yeah, it's a fine bet. I have no knocks for that. I support the Rams.
To not cut you off, you would think for how much Ron types in the chat that he would be a little bit more.
He's always a couple minutes behind.
Well, that's always funny. he takes the time to capitalize every single word, but he then has a million typos, and then he follows up with asterisk typo after he messes up. This is the most unique human being I've ever.
I like Ron because he understands best YouTube practices in capitalizing every word. And I think that he understands that, that
hack the SEO.
Yeah, he's getting all up in the SEO. My final pick here, Bengals given 3.5 versus the Jaguars. Jaguars suck. I hate the Jaguars. They're a bad team. They got an embarrassing coach. Trevor Lawrence wasn't great in his opener. ETN, that was a surprise. That was a nice surprise. It won't continue. The Bengals are going to scorch this team. Joe Burrow had
Another
very,
did so well
very middling week one. Wasn't great. Zach Taylor is asking fans to show up to the game early. He's trying to get this team engaged and the fans engaged. I believe the fans hate the team. I would hate the team if I was a Bengals fan. I'd hate ownership. But when you're playing the sorry-ass Jaguars and you can go watch your dynamic-ass offense go out there and put up 40 points, which I would expect them to do against this team, then you go and you show up 10 minutes early, you cheer the boys in orange on. And that's what Cincinnati's going to be doing. Cincinnati Bengals winning by 4 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. If it doesn't happen, I don't know football. That is the cut and dry method. If the Bengals don't cover against the Jaguars, I don't know ball. And I rescind my own ball knower stamp. You
gave yourself a ball knower?
I've had it. I've had it for years. And there's one person in my life that I gave a ball knower stamp out to. That's been revoked also. Rami, send me a Chris Olave trade again. You gave
Rami.
He really wanted one, and he worked hard to prove his ball knowing abilities. And I think he was hurt that I didn't give it to him initially off rip. I didn't know him that well. I had to see if he actually did know ball.
That's been revoked. Rami's a great guy. That's not a ball knower.
Oh, that would crush him. None
of your friends are ball knower. Actually, maybe Sam.
Tyler is growing in the ball knower community. Can I tell you about right before the hack? That's all I got for the picks.
Yeah.
I have to give you a breakdown. We're going to get to the hack bag quickly. I'll make this brief also. I have a buddy that is now trying to go to the gym in the mornings, and he doesn't know locker room etiquette and how to operate. It's first time, I think, in his life operating in a locker room.
Is this somebody I've met?
This is somebody that you've met. I'm not going to air him out. Please don't guess the person's name.
Wait. I'm not going to say their name. Is it somebody that I interact with often?
No, not often.
Okay, go ahead.
But they're in the gym in the mornings now. Day one, didn't know to bring the britches with him to the shower, left it in the locker, and had to walk back without a towel, covered his junk. Yeah, back to the locker room in the gym, which is tough. This is and we know the locker room. Day 3 update from him. Like I know how to operate. I told him, bring your underwear with you to the shower. Put them on there, walk back. It's easy. Like that. That's just a simple way.
The towel game is also simple as well.
Yeah, it's all very easy. Gym day 3. This all came to me at 8 a.m. this morning. Forgot socks and underwear at home.
Oh no.
Sitting bare ass in work pants, and there's a hole where my taint is. Can feel the AC hitting it. Also sweating profusely. So now I'm rocking the shower shoes until I can find socks. $8 shoes still sopping wet. This is after he's left the gym, after he's showered.
Is the gym is the gym in his work building?
No, he's a different, like a gym, or like not at his house or at work.
Go to Target.
I don't. He's the shower.
Are your friends dumb?
I got it with the shower at the gym. Shit is fucked. I think they just use the same water for everyone. Like it goes down the drain right back to the shower head.
So now he's taking it out on the shower.
He doesn't.
That has nothing
I'm
to
telling
do
you,
with...
the joy I had. The joy I had seeing somebody attempt locker room operations for the first time in their life has been like overwhelming. Like I can't get enough of this guy botching the gym operation.
And for context, because you and I both played college football, it was something that we had to figure out real quick, because everybody that we were showering with were a bunch of monsters. So we had to look like we knew what we were doing. We had to act a little bit normal.
Yeah.
We had to pick up and pay attention to what everybody else was doing. the decision to just go, I don't have clean anything to wear. He didn't have shoes?
Forgot him. I don't know. I don't know what
He didn't have his workout shoes?
He could. He wouldn't put them back on without.
I've made that mistake. I made that mistake before where I forgot my workout shoes or my work shoes, and then I put the workout shoes, just wore them around the office, and I was like, great, I got to do that. You're telling me, though, that there's nowhere he could have just stopped that and bought a cheap pack of underwear and some socks?
My guess is that on the way to work today, he stopped at like a Walmart or a Target and went and bought breeches and went and bought socks and was walking around in wet, slippery shower shoes in the store. Like, I can't believe how inept somebody is to work in a locker room.
Okay, here's what I have to say. The best thing that can just for you, the best thing that has ever happened to you. If I had moved back, I am a little worried for you because I think that, as people say that you're the accumulation of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Yeah, my brother, just another me.
This is what?
My brother, just another me.
What's that from?
It's a Lucky lyric, but it's also the what you're referencing is an old Plato, statute.
I'm really glad. Now I'm put together, but in the wrong way. I'm glad that I can influence you and that you're not being influenced by that, because if those I got idiot friends who do the same shit, but I don't spend a lot of time with them anymore. I'll keep up with, they text me and they're my fantasy league and stuff like that. But I think the best thing that can happen for you is that you're not around your old high school buddies anymore, or whoever else it might be.
I couldn't believe I have a hole in my pants. I forgot underwear. And I'm out of the gym shower.
Call out sick.
And dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is awful. You can't start your day worse.
I will give total grace to the concept that this person forgot his shit. It happens. It is something that happens. You forget your shit, and you're tired. You're rushing in the morning. Doing it day 3 and that early in is kind of disappointing because it's usually something that you do like 3 weeks in, because you're usually amped up and excited to be going to the gym in the morning, that you've got all your I's dotted and shit. But I get back to my point. I would have called and said to my boss, like, hey, I'm going to be late today, it's worse to show up in that state than it is to show up late. Absolutely is.
It's really.
I'm worried about your friends, man.
It's really, really.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you can not be negatively influenced by that.
Well, it's not hard. Just and look, we can use this as a quick learning experience. If it's your first time in a gym locker room, don't be intimidated. Everyone else is a little freaked out because there's somebody older than you, butt naked with their balls out. Like, that is the nice meeting area for people under 70 in the gym. Is we're not that dude. We all acknowledge that dude. Then we're going to move on in our own selective kind of silence.
What is this green icon that Ron sent?
What do you mean green? The bomb and the.
No. Scroll up. There's like a green icon.
I think it looks like britches. That's a pair of drawers that he just sent in here. It's a swimsuit or something. Yeah, I didn't even know there was an underwear emoji. This is a learning experience. Walk to the shower your first day. If you have a locker room that has doors on the shower or the shower curtain, walk to the shower in your clothes or in your underwear. Have a towel over your shoulder. Bring your other pair of underwear. Hang that on the shower rod. Get naked, shower, put the clean britches on, walk back, get dressed, and go. It's not that hard. If you want shower shoes, use shower shoes.
By the way, Rack, I used to walk through the locker room butt naked. I was one of those people.
It's the best. You just walk butt naked.
Yeah. No towel. The other part about this, do the dry run the Sunday before. You do you go to the gym on the Sunday and you do the dry run, and then you just like, oh, I know what to expect. If you have any additional incompetencies like this, 201-834-4308, call into the hack bag. We want to hear them. Because everyone has an F up like this. It doesn't even have to be gym etiquette. It could be, I don't know. Maybe you poop your pants at work. That's always a possibility.
I somehow locked myself out.
We have to have listeners who have done that. We have to.
I locked myself out of my gym locker a couple weeks ago, and I had to sit there in my underwear waiting for the nice gym employee to come and unlock it for me. I waited like 5 minutes. Like, hey, asking people, hey, could you get the guy, please? Like, embarrassing. Face is red, amateur hour BS, but you get through it. Act like you've been there before.
Yeah. All right. This is the Hackbag 201-834-4308. Welcome to the Hackbag.
The mail never stops.
This is the Hackbag. Hit us on Twitter for questions or call at 201-834-4308.
I'm airing out Rack. I have to talk about this first. We were trying to encourage our good friend Rack to call in because he's turned into a celebrity. He's got all these radio stations reaching out to him. And I saw the most troubling message that made me actually genuinely upset. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to air out DM messages, but Rack, I'm not going to read it because I don't want to completely air him out. Rack said that he is going to delete his profile because the intention of creating the profile was to re-spark the Boise State-Idaho rivalry. And because he's accomplished that, he no longer needs the account. That upset me because I would absolutely think that he would feel enough connection to the show and what he means to us that he would want to remain relevant in his current persona. I feel very troubled by this. And also, by the way, him saying that it has a lot to do with him wanting to re-spark the rivalry, I stand by my statement that he is the athletic director of the University of Idaho.
It's a hot take. It's I don't know if the AD would be appreciative if he caught wind. This is a bummer take from Rack. I think that it's very possible he'd never expected to have something about Rack blow up like this, like it did with the Boise State Idaho stuff. And now he is being discussed on radio shows and people want Rack. How do you handle that if you're Rack, though? All you've been doing if you're Rack is harassing us with butt rock and giving us questions.
It is a nice, pleasant part of my day when I know that we have a question from him, admittedly.
It is grown to be I agree. It is grown
it's a friendly
to be
face.
endearing.
It is a friendly face.
Yes.
And it made me really proud seeing all the different threads and group chats and work chats that are like, this is why I love college football. And I get to go, that's the number one listener of my podcast.
That's the guy.
That guy. The guy with the sense of humor that aligns with the show perfectly. You are the mascot of Hack City, Rack.
I don't know what to tell you. You
better not delete the account, Hack.
Yeah, you've done it, man. Oh,
he's not the athletic director.
You dropped the bomb on him there.
I have to wait. What?
You dropped the hack on him.
What do you mean?
You called him a hack.
Did I?
Yeah. Unless you called him Rack.
I said Rack. I think I said Rack. I was like, I don't think I said
there.
it. No, Rack. He's not the AD of Idaho. I need to stop saying that because I don't want to get us yelled at or lectured. Because when you accuse somebody of being Rack of Tit 60,
it holds weight. I swear to God, if it didn't hold weight, we'd accuse everybody of being Rack.
Yeah,
but
because he's known. He's known now. He's very known. He's very known in the FCS community. He's very known as the number one listener of Hack City. He is the mascot of Hack City.
I'm not going back into it. I've been asked not to go into anything, so I'm not going into anything.
Do we have a call from the guy that I thought was Rack that we have confirmed is not Rack?
We do not. But
you coward! He didn't call in. He was really upset that we didn't play his last call, and I had to explain to him.
He was fine. He just hit he just missed the mark by.
Wait. Okay, he asked. He wants to know. Tell me what was over the top about what he thought was his money call. You don't need to be specific.
The dog bit and the widow bit. I think both just missed by a hair. And he's done a very good job of towing the line with his voicemails. What's appropriate, what's funny, what's not. That one just missed. And I got a pretty liberal line when it comes to what goes on.
That's fair.
So I just felt like that was a Sean call. I felt like that one was just in the best interest, but we appreciate everyone that calls whenever they call 201-834-4308. Do you want to hear from Brad in Buffalo?
Have we heard from Brad in Buffalo?
Well, he left us a voicemail, so we can hear what he has to say.
Go. Hey, this is Brad, Buffalo fan.
Oh, we have heard from
I'm also a fan of the Hack City podcast. I found you guys around the draft time. I've been enjoying it ever since.
Thank you.
Sometimes, a couple times, I'll listen to an episode a couple times. Wish you guys would do a little bit more on the NFL if possible, but if not, no worries. And the Dolphins got what they deserved. So, thanks, fellas.
Agreed, Brad. Jesus, I'm bad. Anderson. That's
bad.
me. I'm bad.
Thank you, Brad. That was very, very nice of you. You didn't even need to. Literally, it was just a compliment.
Yeah, it was a nice
That
call.
was
We'll take a
incredibly
nice call every now and then.
Yeah,
We're happy to
Thank
have a nice
you.
call.
Thank you. I'm glad that you found us. I'm glad that you listen in. Look, we've said this before, and to kind of be very direct about it, I wanted this to be a 5 times a week show. Ruffino and Joe, the other show that I do that is just college football, a debate show with me and my co-host Blake Ruffino, has gotten to the point where we're going 4 times a week, and we're like, that's grown to where I want this show to get to, where it pays a salary essentially for us. You know, it's making enough money that we can slowly direct more and more attention to it. And I think that we're making progress. It's just hard to divide our time on multiple things when we have other responsibilities. We can't go full time into just our independent shows. I have responsibilities with 2 outlets that I create content for. Sean has his producing responsibilities. I think we're going to get there because we get phone calls from people like this that make us realize we're doing the right things. Because if the show sucked and it was shit, no one would be listening, no one would be commenting, nobody would be calling, nobody would be giving us feedback, nobody would reach out and tell us they think our show's funny. That's all I did.
Yeah.
If one person does that every 3 months, it makes me happy.
Wish I had another 100 Brads from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Appreciate the call. Now, that was a nice call. I guess we have a mean one here.
Oh, no.
You know, Sean, I was really hoping you would have got laid in the off season. To pick North Dakota at Montana over Montana, you're going to have to get Malott out of your mouth sometime. He didn't even make the Raiders, homie. Joe, keep up the good work.
Go screw. No. Malott, first of all, I don't need to pop it out my mouth, sir. Here's what I could tell you. I know he got cut from the Raiders. They had too many healthy wide receivers to keep him, and it just ended up being a tough decision to cut Malott. But guess what? He already got picked back up, jerk ass. He's on the Saints now. A worse team, a bad team. But that could provide him with a higher ceiling. I'm standing with my North Dakota pick. I'm sure I'll eat those words. But I appreciate the call.
You know what?
Pop it out my mouth. I'm sure.
You know what? I know who that is. I'm growing. I'm not doxing anyone. I'm not. Although this individual does not go by their first name. I'll tell you who I think it is afterwards because I think they've called him before.
God, you got a sense about that.
I don't know how I keep doing it. I don't know how I keep doing it.
I hear this guy trash me one more time.
You know, Sean, I was really hoping you would have got laid in the off season.
I know exactly who that
North
is.
Dakota at Montana over Montana.
I know exactly. I gotta stop doing this. Stop playing it. Stop playing. I need to stop saying that I know who people are. I need this because I'm discouraging callers. I'm discouraging people from calling in because I'm like, I know where you live. I know who you are.
Oh no, the show's fell. Okay, you can tell it's a Thursday show, folks.
I'm a real sicko, by the way. Though, sorry to cut you off. In Madden, I did a Raiders franchise, benched Geno, sold his ass, sent his ass, traded his ass off. Cam Miller, Malott. I moved Malott into the slot, and I think there was somebody else I traded. But
I have good dev traits. Were they? Did they have any?
No. But I had like 200 yards with Malott.
Here's what Madden should do. If you are a former quarterback that has transitioned to wide receiver in the video game, they should give you like the best dev trait. They should, because
makes it fun.
Yeah, you're now in the NFL. You proved that you could get to the NFL. You proved that you could play multiple positions. Someone thinks that you have some development. Give them that trait. Make it more fun. I think then you have good usage of guys like Tommy Malott.
Who we have any other questions?
Those are our 2 questions. A nice compliment and then a mean voicemail. But we take all voicemails.
Nothing on X. All right. Reminder everybody, 201-834-4308. That is it for today's show. I got something caught in my throat. Presented by FanDuel. We'll talk to you later.